don't want to make a long speech or anything like that, but three things I'd like to talk about briefly. As you can hear, I get a little short of breath, and I sit when I conduct, and I don't like that. This is many years, as you know, some of you, that I come to Romania, and I had the COVID very, very badly. I was in the hospital 4 months, but before the vaccine. And I hear so many people in Romania say, especially the younger people, say, well, the vaccine, we don't need it, it's a conspiracy. I feel so strongly that this is absolute nonsense. And I beg you, if you haven't had the vaccine, take it. And if your kids say, well, we don't need it, and it's not so bad, maybe, but it can go the other way. We just don't know. But as someone that has suffered from this, when I finished that time in the hospital, I couldn't walk, not at all. I had to learn. And it's so true of so many people. I've lost some friends who even said that this is nonsense, the vaccine, we don't need it. Well, now they're no longer on this earth. So I wanted you to know that I feel strongly, and I love Romania, and I wouldn't like to lose any young Romanians if it can be avoided. And then I wanted to also mention to you, it's related a little bit. I was very hesitant to use a full orchestra for Lulu on this stage in this somewhat small environment, say compared to the Palatului. But it seemed all the circumstances, rehearsals, possibilities of rehearsing this very, very difficult piece, but I think wonderful piece. We decided to use not the full orchestra, but a chamber version, which is composed by Eberhard Glocke. Those who know contemporary composers, he's a major German composer today, and he has, basically for the COVID, reduced Wozzeck, Lulu, Electra, Salome, and even some others for about this size orchestra. 30 players maybe a little more, a little less. So this version you're hearing, I think, is very special, and one hears many details you wouldn't hear maybe in the original. But what you do not have, of course, in this version is 14 first violins playing a very romantic Viennese Straussian sound, which you have in the Alban Berg. So it's very, very different. It is much more difficult, this version, than Berg's version, because so much had to be put in so many instruments. And my big love in this country is the Orchestra of Cluj, which I first conducted in 1969. And I have a lot of connections with Cluj. And recently we recorded, first time that they ever recorded a major international company, Girl of the Golden West, Fanciulla del West of Puccini, they recorded with me for Pentatone with a fantastic cast. And I can only tell you, there's a magazine called The Gramophone, which is the Bible of recorded music, even if CDs are not what they used to be. But it's still a major carte de visite. And they wrote in the Gramophone that they never knew this orchestra, but on hearing this recording, it is the equal of the Royal Opera House Covent Garden, coming from a major British magazine. And it's really true. So what you're hearing is much devotion, much study, and much talent going into this performance. Now, having said that, I hope the second half works as well as the first half, but I think so. The last small thing I feel I must say is I was music director of this festival in 1998, close to a quarter century ago. And there I met a young man. Karamitru brought me there. And the young man that I met was Mihai Constantinescu. I think this country, if they could give anybody the biggest medal of honor, the biggest tribute, what this man has done in a modest way, never showing himself, never showing ego or anything, modestly, behind the scenes, always, the cultural enrichment of the musical life of Romania owes Mihai Constantinescu very, very, very much. And I can tell you, he will be very, very much missed when he goes. Now I'm going to shut up and try to make some more music. Thank you very, very much.